Did you enjoy the break? How many shoveled snow? Okay. I had to go and throw all my family members in the first snowfall. And then run fast so they wouldn't all get me. It's dangerous being around grown people who can gang up on you. Oh, it's fun living together. Let's grow and mature and love to work together. High school remain just for a couple minutes. Go over a couple of things with you. The others are excused. Desire Heavenly Father's Spirit to continue with us here. We had an occasion last week where, particularly among boys, there was the girl talk. Right in our study room, sitting with Father, I witnessed something so strong that you just need to know about it, young people. You've heard our prophet announce that he would give no more sealings to young men who stole a wife, or they do the girlfriend thing and make a connection, sometimes even trying to get her to ask for him. So a boy got with a girl, committed fornication. They had the immoral contact. So they come to see the prophet. And the prophet says to them, just go get married. I can do nothing for you. Oh, I'll let you get baptized. Come to meeting. But you will not see the celestial kingdom. And then he told us, who were sitting there, he opened up the Scriptures. And if you'll notice, in section 132, the blessings of the celestial kingdom are for virgins, innocent, clean people. Who haven't gone all the way with each other in immorality. And that's the battle you're going through, to keep yourself clean. Now there have been cases, especially when the training hasn't been in a person's life, where the Lord has told the prophet to do otherwise. But I know this group of young people, you have been taught. Everybody will be tempted. Everybody will be put to this test. I don't care if you look so wonderfully good on the outside. If you're not a prayerful person, you're going to have this challenge. And you're going to slip because you're not prayerful. And you're going to think of the things of selfishness in the body. You play with this thing, it becomes, what our prophet is explaining, it becomes a cursing. And he is saying, he cannot remit a curse. When the Lord places a curse on someone, the prophet can't undo it. So a young person who's been taught as you have, to talk that way, to play with immorality or the boy-girl thing, you literally have to deny God. You're saying, I don't believe there's a punishment. I don't believe the Lord speaks through the prophet. I don't believe in God, is what you're saying. Really, when you play with this thing. 100% of the time, every person who does this wrong gets burned. Every person finds unhappiness in this thing who's ever done it. Surely, you young people can learn from the experience of others and not play with this. Our prophet has allowed certain people to get married, but I've heard him. Even if they get a sealing, he said, if they're not allowed to live plurality, they cannot fulfill the law and will not get the highest degree of glory. That's why we have to repeat this once in a while. If this even shows up among us here, and it isn't squelched and killed off, it'll grow and destroy someone. That's why I'm speaking here this morning. I want it dead. I want you to consider it's death to talk that way. That would lead you to the immorality. Now, you young boys, you young men, we have taught the girls so plainly that the boy that chases them is death, and that their desire should be to pray unto the Lord to give them to a husband who can exalt them. They don't want a yes, dear husband who bawls like a hurt puppy if they can't have them. They want a man of God. Most probably, the girls in high school aren't even the ones you'd marry. And how do you know that if you do something dumb, you're not playing around with a girl who might be the prophet's wife? Imagine your actions coming up before him. When I look on these girls, gentlemen, they're the prophets. They belong to the Lord. I always think of Heavenly Father in connection with the girl and of our prophet. And you have an unclean mind if you don't do that. If you dwell on a girl and think of her separate from Heavenly Father and priesthood, you're unclean. So let's stop this talk. Calling up even on the phone and doing it. It must stop. And it's so interesting. Everybody knows it's wrong. That's why it gets so secret. If you were just innocent of wrongdoing, you'd do it openly. But you know it's wrong. And that's why the secrets. Yes, we're strict in this school. If you're having a challenge in this area, get close to your parents. It is a test. It's not like you're wicked for being tempted. A person becomes evil when they seek to fulfill the temptation. Fight it, remain clean. But this that happened last week, this outward talk, even talking about somebody who talks about it, it shows me we're not clean in this school. So let us be careful. I care about you. I've witnessed too many failures. Every time. How can I describe it? You just have to be a fool in this day to do this. Fool's Hill is to not say your prayers and to disobey parents. I heard a parent how they loved their children, but this certain father, his daughter did the wrong deed, made the connection, and now had to get married. He said, I don't even know if I want her in my home now. Can you imagine that? Not even being wanted by your family? Talk about a sadness, a hurt, a judgment. So let us clean this up, and I've held you here, and I want to say it strong enough. This is no joke. Respect each other, but boys, don't even talk about the girls and seeking who's your girlfriend or who's beautiful or who you like. I say it's much less excusable for the young men. You are priesthood bearers. You are here representing God and the prophet. And you break your priesthood covenants by even playing with this thing. I hope this is the last time I have to say it this year. We've been able to feel when young people are delving into this. You can feel it. You can't hide an immoral spirit. But like cleaves to like. Boys and girls feeling the same way get together easily. And school is where it often happens. Now, as far as your entertainments are concerned, young men, whether it's the dance, games, parties, driving somewhere, the priesthood rule is, if you can't stay clean and keep Heavenly Father's Spirit in that thing, that entertainment, you shouldn't be there. You be where you can stay clean. And don't excuse yourself because the prophet's there or somebody else allows it. If you know if you're not staying clean in your thoughts. Well, let's have a good day, and today let's clean this up. Let's just kill it, not even talk about talking about it. I want it dead. And I say again, I realize the temptations are there, but fight them inside. Don't corrupt everyone around you by any filthy thoughts you might have. Fight it inside and conquer. Go to your priesthood head for counsel. You girls, go to your mother. Can you imagine the prophet saying to you, you will never see the celestial kingdom? Can you imagine it? Is that what you want? Do you see why you completely lose the vision of life when you commit those things? So I ask Heavenly Father to help you pass this test this year. I feel good about this student body. I feel like we're more pure than ever before. I don't have any giant great concerns like we're about to have a big failure. But if we let it have a toehold among us, you'll see one here or one there falling. And if your friend falls and you help them and you pass the secret messages and you promoted the wrong thoughts, you get to suffer too. You get part of the punishment too. It all comes down to faith and loving Heavenly Father and the principles of right. You would automatically, naturally stay away from the bad if you love the right. And the way to start loving right is to do it. Just stay doing good. So be encouraged. I hope my words were strong enough to kill this thing. And you who are doing it secretly and I haven't found out, we'll find out. Don't worry, we'll find out. Just by what you become, you'll be found out. So be clean, ye that bear the vessels of the Lord. Any high school students that don't have much to do, you boys, I'd appreciate it. Also, shoveling some areas, particularly fathers, around Father's house, for his ladies to walk and where he might walk. Thank you for your attention. You're excused.